Hi everyone! In this video, we are going to build the British 14-inch Mark 9 aerial torpedo by Aerial Rarities. But we need to get one first. It's here! Let's open the box. The British 14-inch R.G.F Mark 9 torpedo in 1/32 scale. 2 bags of parts. Let's take a look at the first one. Color profile guide. Looks like instructions to me. Remove the bumpers from the support base. Whoops! The parts are hollow, making them easier to handle for painting. I'm using an old plastic pipette. The other bag has the warhead, exercise head, and the joining biscuits. Let's remove the parts properly this time. Use a sonic cutter or a razor saw to separate the torpedo heads. Cut along the grooves on the base. Now they can be separated without damage. Each head can be separated and mounted on a rod for handling. You can even keep them on the base if you prefer. Use polished aluminum for the torpedo. It needs a gloss black undercoat. The paint needs to be thinned properly for airbrushing. Put several drops of paint into a mixing cup, like this one made for tattoo ink. Add the right thinner for the type of paint you are using. For to my paint, I use Mr. Leveling Thinner. Stir well and check the consistency. Pull some paint up the side of the cup and see how it flows down. As you can see, it flowed down quickly and hardly left any color on the side of the cup. This means it's too thin. Add a few more drops of paint to make it heavier. Stir and check it again. The paint doesn't flow down as quickly as before, and the pigment noticeably darkens the cup, but it's not too heavy that it pools up or doesn't drip down. This is the consistency I like to use. Apply an even coat of gloss black paint to the torpedo body and tail. Don't forget the warhead. Next is the aluminum color. AK Extreme comes pre-thinned and can be used straight out of the bottle. Apply an even, consistent coat to the torpedo body and tail. You want a bright, shiny finish that covers the black. I like the copper color from All-Clad. Spray it on the warhead. The exercise head is painted red. The exact shade is not specified, so I will use this Tamiya flat red that I have handy. Since I used a flat color, I will need to coat it with a gloss varnish. Next, we will do the detail painting. This brass acrylic by Homeroll is a great color for the brass parts on the torpedo. Carefully paint the small brass adjustment knobs and plugs of the control panels on the torpedo body. The exercise head has some brass on it as well. Since this is a water-based acrylic, we can quickly wipe up any mistakes before it dries. The torpedo has a lot of openings that cast dark shadows. I like using India ink for its deep black color to represent this. You can dip your brush in some water first to help the ink flow better if needed, but don't thin it as you want to keep its dark color. Paint the ink into the panel lines and in the slots. It's okay to be messy. Also paint the various holes in and around the control panels. Dab some into the socket openings of the brass plugs. Make sure to get all the little holes, but not the connecting bolts around the rim. Use a cotton swab slightly moistened with water to clean up all the mess. Switch to fresh cotton swabs when they get too dirty. This will create the illusion that these panel lines and control slots are very deep openings. Do the same thing for the two openings on the exercise head and the small holes around the lip. To paint the propellers, I want to use a brighter brass tone like Mr. Color. It's not a water-based acrylic, so we need some help to get it to brush on well. Put just one drop of the paint retarder in a mixing cup. The retarder is very strong. See the reaction the paint has to it? Add at least 10 drops of paint to it. Mix well. Now the paint will flow more easily and you have a longer time to apply it before it starts to dry in the cup. Paint all 407 propeller blades on the torpedo. Paint the tiny blades on the warhead as well. Protect the metallic finish with a clear varnish before applying washes. This might have the side effect of making the metallic pigment in the finish more visible, but we will have steps later on to mitigate this. We'll use an oil wash to enhance some of the details on the torpedo. I like these colors instead of a straight black panel liner, as it provides a warmer tone and a subtle weathering effect as well. Thin the oils down so they flow into the recessors and along the edges. Apply the wash to all the connecting bolts. Let the oil wash set for a little while, then clean up any mess with a cotton swab moistened with white spirits. If you don't clean everything up, that's fine. It will look like dirt and wear. The color guide we threw out before mentions that the torpedo case is oiled, though torpedoes were greased to reduce drag. We're going to simulate that with this aircraft engine oil product from AK. Use a larger, flat brush and apply this product over the entire torpedo tail and body. Work quickly and try to cover the torpedo evenly, but don't worry if you leave streaks or smudges. The torpedoes are greased by hand. Make sure your brush is loaded with the product as you apply it. Use long brush strokes to cover the entire surface of the torpedo tube and body where the silver color is. This will give it a nice, even, shiny, oiled effect. If you don't work quickly enough, the product will start to thicken and get gummy. This makes for an interesting weathering effect. With everything painted, it's time to assemble the parts. Remove the supports if you haven't already. Use a hard, flat surface and some relatively coarse grit sandpaper. Leftover support nubs are on the joining surfaces, so they need to be removed. Hold the parts as square to the sandpaper as you can and drag across to wear down the nose. Rotate the torpedo occasionally so you drag in a different direction. This will help to sand down the surface evenly. Look at the end to check your progress. The sanded areas will appear lighter. If you see gaps like this, the surface is not flat and needs more sanding. You want to see that lighter color across the entire surface. Now it looks pretty good. The torpedo tail gets the same treatment. As do the torpedo heads. Removing the nubs by sanding the edges flat gives us a nice tight fit. We don't want to just glue the ends together. That's what these biscuits are for. Remove them from the supports and file the nubs away. Apply CA glue to the lip inside of one of the openings. and press the biscuit inside. Apply the glue to the edge of the torpedo and along the sides of the biscuit. Align the slot on the other side to the tab on the biscuit. Join the two parts and double check their alignment. Firmly hold them together while the glue sets. When properly aligned, these pairs of holes will match up. Do the same thing for the nose cone. That's it, we're done!
Oh, yeah.
Now marvel in the beauty of your masterpiece.
Nice!
Happy modeling!
What?
Oh no.
Don't let the audience know that I spilled my paint. And done.
Huh?
Be careful that your wash thinner doesn't eat your paint. Oops.